What's going on, you guys? I'm as always Mr. Grimreaper with Dark Knight 97. Welcome back, everybody, to another edition of the Back in Time. And we are going to conclude Tom Hanks' week with one of his greatest masterpieces. This is the 1994 film Forrest Gump. This film was directed by the legendary Robert Zemeckis. This film is based on the book. By of the same name by Winston Groom. This film stars Tom Hanks, Robin Wright, Gary Sinise, Mykelti Williamson, and the legendary Sally Field. And if you have not seen this movie, where the hell have you been for?
Exactly.
So, we're going to talk about this movie and, go through all this stuff. So, if you have not seen this movie, get the hell up. Put this movie in your VCR or DVD player, whatever you have. Watch it and then come back.
Oh yeah.
So we're gonna go through. There's gonna be a lot of spoilers. We're gonna talk about it. We're gonna talk about the film and stuff like that. And let's go through the plot here. So we go. In 1981, at the bus stop in Savannah, Georgia, a man named Forrest Gump recounts his life story to strangers who sit next to him on a bench. In 1951, in Greenbow, Alabama, young Forrest is fitted with leg braces to correct his curved spine and is unable to walk properly. He lives alone with his mother, who runs a boarding house out of their home that attracts many tenants, including a young Elvis Presley, who plays guitar for Forrest and incorporates Forrest's jerky dance movements into his performances. On his first day of school, Forrest meets a girl named Jenny Curran, and the two become best friends. Forrest is often bullied because of his physical disability and marginal intelligence. While fleeing from some bullies, his braces fall off, revealing Forrest to be a very fast runner. This talent eventually allows him to receive a football scholarship at the University of Alabama in 1963. He witnesses Governor George Wallace's stand in the schoolhouse door, becomes a top kick returner, and is named on the All-American team, and meets President John F. Kennedy at the White House. After graduating college in 1967, Forrest enlists in the United States Army, in which my dad was enlisted in 1967 as well.
Yes.
So,
Yes.
during basic training, he befriends a fellow soldier named Bubba. Sorry. Who convinces Forrest to go into the shrimping business with him after their service. In 1968, they are sent to Vietnam, now serving with the 9th Infantry Division in the Mekong Delta region. After months of routine operations, their platoon is ambushed while on patrol. Bubba is killed in action. Forrest saves several wounded platoon mates, including his Lieutenant Dan Taylor, who loses both his legs and is awarded the Medal of Honor for his heroism by President Lyndon B. Johnson. At the anti-war March of the Pentagon rally, Forrest meets Abby Hoffman and briefly reunites with Jenny, who has been living a hippie lifestyle. He also develops a talent for ping pong and becomes a sports celebrity as he competes against Chinese teams in ping pong diplomacy, earning him an interview alongside John Lennon on the Dick Cavett Show. In New York City, he spends the holidays and the 1972 New Year with Lieutenant Dan, who has become an embittered cripple. Forrest soon meets President Richard Nixon and is put up in the Watergate complex, where he accidentally exposes the Watergate scandal, forcing Nixon to resign. Forrest Gump is officially discharged from the Army after the war ends. Returning to Greenbow, Forrest endorses a company that makes ping pong paddles. He uses the earnings to buy a shrimping boat in Bayou La Batre, fulfilling his promise to Bubba. Lieutenant Dan joins Forrest in 1974, and they initially have little success. After their boat becomes the only one to survive the Hurricane Carmen, they pull in huge amounts of shrimp and create the Bubba Gump Shrimp Company. After which Lieutenant Dan finally thanks Forrest for saving his life. Lieutenant Dan invests in some kind of fruit company, and the two became millionaires. Yeah.
Sorry, I wanted to just clear that.
Yeah. But Forrest also gives half of his earnings to Bubba's family, giving them a better life. Forrest returns home to see his mother as she dies of cancer. In 1976, Jenny, in the midst of recovering from years of drugs and abuse, returns to visit Forrest. And after a while, he proposes to her. That night, she tells Forrest she loves him and the two make love. But she leaves the next morning. Heartbroken, Forrest goes running and spends the next 3 years in a relentless cross-country marathon, becoming famous again before returning home to Greenbow. In the present, which to them is 1981, Forrest reveals that he is waiting at the bus stop because he received a letter from Jenny, who asks him to visit her. The strangers say that the address on the letter is only a few blocks away, and Forrest immediately takes off. As Forrest is finally reunited with Jenny, she introduces him to their son, named Forrest Jr. Jenny tells Forrest she is sick with an unknown incurable virus, and the three move back to Greenbow. Jenny and Forrest finally marry, but she dies a year later. The film ends with Forrest seeing his son off on his first day of school, thus ending this very, very sad ass movie. The reason why I say it's sad is because how it happened.
Yeah.
That's that. Yeah. So. So yeah. What did you think of Forrest Gump, man?
Well, I thought this was a good movie. I remember watching this movie growing up myself as well in the 90s. This is, as Grim put it out earlier, this is one of course Tom Hanks' best classic performances that he's ever done. He's won a plethora of awards for this movie and for his work and for his I thought it was good. There is, some sad moments and, stuff like that, And I can relate to when, a young Forrest, kids are kids, being bullied and stuff. But the good thing about that was he found that when his greatest miracle, he fall off and he went fast as hell, And
yeah.
one part I always remember when he runs past, I guess it's a barber shop or something, I don't know where, but the old man looks out the window and he goes, "That boy sure is a wonderful."
Yeah.
So yeah, he just runs fast, and then but anyway, so then he goes up and he gets into the army and all that, and he meets Bubba, or the name is Benjamin Butler, but people call him Bubba.
Yeah.
And then when we do the shipping business again, that's really cool, having a dream after the war, And we all know that war is one of the most historical wars that happened in our world. Years ago, and there was a lot of veterans from that war, but that was one of the most historical wars that ever happened.
Yeah, my dad was
yeah.
Before you go any further, my dad was in Vietnam. Um,
Yes, he was. Yes.
he was I forget what infantry he was in, but he served in Vietnam in the
Yes.
late. He got out in '78, so.
Yeah.
One of these days I'll tell you all the story about how my dad was in Vietnam and stuff.
Yeah. We'll get that later.
But
So basically, seeing everything through the eyes of Forrest. Yeah.
but yeah, he this movie was really good. I love Forrest Gump. The sad thing is what happened to Jenny in the movie. You find out that she was sexually abused by her fucked up father.
Yeah. She was victim abused.
She was she had to go through. She was doing drugs and stuff like that to cope with all that.
Yeah.
With all that stuff, and it was just. And then finally, she succumbed to some virus. I guess this was the '80s, so she must have had like AIDS or something like that from.
Oh, that's what it is. She could have had a virus, but they didn't mention the name of it. But Forrest did what he could to take care of her. You know. But then, of course, none of us that part was when his mother was dying from cancer. His mom had had his back, played by the legendary Sally Field, great actress, by the way.
Yeah.
She always gave him advice, and then the advice was that she gave him was began to be the famous line was life is like a box of chocolates, and you know what you're going to get. You know that is, and I can relate to and I'm going to relate to mother and son. This is very special. That's what really got me there too. You know, his mom was dying from cancer, and it was that got me there too about that in that movie as well. And of course, Jenny was on hard times because, as Glenn said, she was a victim of abuse as a little girl. And what kind of parent does that to your own child? You know, put your little girl through abuse like that. It's wrong, and that's how she coped. As Glenn said, she went into all these drugs, hung out with all these people, and you can see that in the movie. You can see how her life was winding down. And you know, in the movie, she almost came close to wanting to kill herself. But she had second thoughts. So yeah, there's a lot of downs, ups and downs in this movie.
The last thing that the person that I felt the most for was Lieutenant Dan. Was Gary Sinise's character. He loses his legs in Vietnam. Yeah. I mean, Vietnam already is just so fucked up. And
one of the worst.
And but yeah, he was just pissed. He was pissed off. He was pissed off all the time, and I don't blame him. And stuff like that, and I love Gary Sinise. The last time we ever talked about Gary Sinise and Tom Hanks was a few days ago when we talked about Apollo 13.
That's correct. Yeah.
And Bob Zemeckis is not a stranger to this channel as well. When we talked about another Tom Hanks movie that he made called Castaway, when stuff like that. But this movie's so good. I like this movie so good. Who played Jenny in this movie? The older version. Robin Wright. Okay.
Robin Wright. She was the adult Jenny. Yeah.
I liked her as Jenny, but I felt so bad for her, man. Goddamn, I felt so bad for her when she passed away, when she died.
Yes. That was a good. Yeah. And so Forrest was up on time to raise the son because he finally goes to Jenny when he finds out that she lives only a few blocks away, and he ran all the way over there. And then I remember that scene where she told him, he of course said, "You have a kid?" She goes, "Yeah, I have a kid. I'm a mama." And And then Forrest, like me. And she said, yeah, and then her dad. And when she said that you're his dad, wow. So yeah. And of course, by the way, FYI, those of you know, the kid, the Forrest Jr. was played by the legendary, what's his name? Great actor, what's his name?
Which one?
Haley Joel Osment. Yes, the one that was Forrest Jr. Haley Joel Osment. Great actor. That was him as a kid.
Yeah, I was also gonna say too that I can't believe that this was his first movie. That's crazy that 1995. This was his first. 1994 anyway. This was his debut role in this movie. So, yeah, that was awesome.
Yeah.
But I want to talk about the feather real quick. You remember the feather in the movie?
Oh yes, the feather, yeah.
There was a movie. There was a there was a the symbol. What did you think about the feather, dude? Like, what did the feather mean to you? Like when
Well, seeing that feather, and me, of course, guys, I do go to church. But I'm not trying to be Jesus freak, but I think when it's basically a white feather, in biblical terms, it means something from heaven or something from God. I mean, that feather is a great symbol of something, but that feather, like as we're talking about here, played a good role here in Forrest Gump. I mean, I remember it. You see the beginning of the film, he flies right down to where Forrest is, and he puts it in his book, and at the end of the film, the feather falls out of the book, and it flies off. That feather. Wow, I don't know, man. I could think it could be a biblical thing, like I said. It could be from God. So the white feathers, yeah. Because you know how basically it says in heaven everything is white, white and all that, white wings, all that kind of thing. It could be that. I mean, but I think that feather is a real strong symbol. But like I said, it played a great, it was a good factor in Forrest Gump, really. And you can see on the special DVD stuff, he has the picture of the feather on it too.
Yeah. This is how I feel about the feather.
Go ahead.
When I saw the feather in the film, it felt like not to be a Jesus freak neither, but it felt like God was giving Forrest a second chance to be a better person, to be a father, to protect his son at all costs, and stuff like that. And there we go again. The Library of Congress. This movie was put in the National Film Registry.
It is.
This is not the first time that shit has come up on my channel.
It's come up quite a bit. The movie is great, and of course, we all know. Interesting fact was, you may not know, the young Forrest was played by Michael Connor Humphreys. Forrest based the accent that you hear Forrest talking about, Mama always did. That accent that Tom Hanks used came from the young boy, the young Forrest. Tom Hanks used, because the young boy actually talked like that, and Tom Hanks used that way of talking in the adult one. So that's how the Forrest Gump voice came to be Tom Hanks. But also, this young man grew up to be a soldier.
Yeah.
FYI, for a fact, I found that out. If you watch a lot of interviews with Tom Hanks, pick one on the Graham Norton show. You can find it on YouTube, by the way. He talks about that. He goes up to become a soldier, and Tom Hanks talks about how he became to do the Forrest Gump voice based on the young man that played the young Forrest in the film. So that's little fact there if y'all didn't know about that.
Yeah. So, yeah, I'm happy that this dude landed this role. and stuff like that, and
Yes.
And also the little girl that played Jenny, the little girl that played the young version of Jenny, I liked her.
Yeah, Hannah R. Hall. And I believe if you remember the first Rob Zombie Halloween, she was the older sister that gets killed. She was Myers.
Yeah.
That was her.
That's crazy.
Isn't that crazy? You're right there. 2007 Halloween is Myers.
But
that was her, folks. Anyway.
Yeah, so yeah, I love this movie a lot, and I thought that this movie was really good and stuff like that. Yeah, so yeah, I love Forrest Gump, and I give this 10 out of 10. Forrest Gump is a legendary film, and it is so freaking good on so many levels. If this is your first time watching it, please watch it. It is a really good movie, and you'll enjoy it a lot, like me and Knight did. But coming up next, we are going to talk about. I got some reactions to do here in a minute. And I think Knight's gonna shit himself when he sees these fucking reactions. If you guys don't know, something passed this past couple of days ago. If you guys don't know, there was this little thing called DC Fandom. Now, DC Fandom was basically a bunch of was like Comic-Con for DC Comics. They had to do that. They had to do the whole social distancing thing because of the COVID-19 crap. But I'm gonna watch 4 trailers from that particular event. And coming up next, I don't know if it's gonna be first or last. I might make it last, but yeah, I think I might make it last. It'll probably be the last one I do, the last reaction that I do for tonight. But coming up next, I will do my reaction to Wonder Woman 1984. That'll probably be first. And then, the 2 games that they came out with that I found out about. And then also the trailer to what many believe is the greatest fucking trailer ever made. The Batman.
Oh boy. Yes, sir.
Oh my god, I can't wait for this shit. I can't wait. I haven't seen any of these trailers yet.
Yep. So stay tuned, guys. We're just going to have a lot of reactions for you guys, and hope you all enjoy, and thanks for joining us here on the Back in Time with Tom and Hank. We'll sure be more down the line, and well, I guess that's about to do it, guys. Leave your comments down below, let us know what you guys think, and that'll be do it for me, guys, and hope you all enjoy the rest of the videos. Y'all stay safe out there. Y'all please wear your mask, do what you got to do, stay safe. Thanks for watching.
Trust me, guys, Christmas has fucking come early, and I'm gonna be so happy. Alright, guys, I'll see y'all guys in the next video. I am Mr. Grimreaper 2 with Dark Knight 9 at 7, and we will see you all in the afterlife. Peace out.